Desert Treasure 2. You know, when I started Desert Treasure 2, I expected treasure. You know, gold, loot, maybe a fancy gem that whispers secrets when you hold it at just the right angle. Instead, I got trauma. Hot, sweaty desert trauma. I got sand in places sand should never go. I got bosses that hit like freight trains and heal like they drink pure liquid arrogance. I got quests that sent me spiraling across Gillinor like some cursed postman delivering ancient death. And at the end, I got a sigh, a single soul-crushing sigh of relief after being bodied. And I died. Again. What the? Oh my god. And again. What? What just happened? And again. And let's not forget the archaeologists who started all this in Desert Treasure 1. Smug little lore gremlins poking ancient evils with sticks they bought at the Varrock General Store. Now I'm their cleanup crew, their battered, sand-covered, sanity-frayed intern. And you know what I have to say about all this? Thanks! I hate it. Now, before I can drag you kicking and screaming through this fiery carnival ride that is Desert Treasure 2, kill it! Eat my ass, you piece of shit. We need to rewind way back, all the way to where it began with Desert Treasure 1. A quest that starts innocently enough. An archaeologist in the Bedabin camp asking for help, uncovering the secrets of an ancient desert temple, a temple buried beneath layers of sand, mystery, and complete plot manipulation. This archaeologist, a man whose name was so forgettable my brain ejected it the moment I finished the quest, leads you around like some glorified errand boy on a carefree bender. Go here, touch this, solve that, kill this ancient guardian who definitely won't curse your bloodline or anything. And we trusted him because RuneScape players trust anyone with a quest marker attached to them on the minimap. Stupid. But spoiler alert, he wasn't just some nerd with a shovel, no. He was somebody even badder than that. But we'll get to that a little bit later. So yeah, Desert Treasure 1, more like Desert Setup for My Eternal Trauma number 2. After navigating the Stranglewood, a place where vines lie in wait like nature's own landmines, I finally reached the boss. This wasn't just any boss, this was the Stranglewood's grand finale. A creature so vile that it made my previous encounters look like a walk through Lumbridge. And sure, I could have just, used the Ring of Shadows to make it easier. What is this? Oh my god. Oh my god. So I faced off this monstrosity, dodging attacks, clicking on red spots on the screen like some twisted game of whack-a-mole, and praying to Guthix that my gear would hold out. Spoiler alert, it didn't. I died. Going on. And I died. But hey, who needs gear when you have sheer willpower and a healthy dose of denial? And after a couple of deaths... Oh, I felt like I got that. I had that. And a lot of swearing, I finally emerged victorious. I got him! Eat my short.
Daddy, chill.
By victorious, I mean I completed this quest and I never wanted to speak of it again. Until now, of course. After barely surviving the botanical beating in the Stranglewood, I took a delightful vacation straight into the abyss. You know, the fun, cozy place filled with demons. I did not realize it was gonna be more combat. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to run. What the hell? Spatial confusion and regret. Some wizard lady hung out nearby. I think she helped, but let's be real, it was the quest helper doing all the heavy lifting. She was basically there for moral support, and maybe to drink abyssal ladders while I did her job. I solved a few puzzles, killed a few infernal demons, and eventually found myself standing face to face with the Leviathan. Ooh. Now, I've been told that this was the hardest boss. I mean, people practically need to draw a Jackson Pollock painting on their screens with tile markers just to survive the Awakened version, right? So naturally, I braced myself for a soul-crushing experience. But then, I just kind of killed it. Died once, sure, maybe twice. But I beat it, like, what, in 3 tries? And suddenly I thought, or believed, that I was good at this game. You know? That I had ascended, that nothing else could stop me now. This is what we call in the business a setup. because oh no, I had no idea what was coming next. After crawling out of the abyss with my pride intact, I thought I was prepared for anything, and then prison. Literal prison. The third stop on my trauma tour was some ancient, half-collapsed fortress full of ghosts, puzzles, and an uninvited wizard who keeps teleporting in like he was trying to make fetch happen. My job was to find treasure, uncover secrets, and generally try not to get stabbed by the architecture. And lurking somewhere at the end of all this dungeon crawling was the Duke of Bad Vibes, of alcohol-induced psychic warfare. I don't know. He had a name. I forgot it. Doesn't matter. Here's the part that really broke me. Before I could even fight this guy, I had to play the worst bartender minigame of all time. Filling these barrels up with mysterious sludge, mining salt, and mixing into some unholy cocktail just to wake him up, because apparently this boss needed to be convinced to fight me. And then, surprise! He immediately blasts me with a giant eyeball attack because I hadn't seen it coming. What the hell? What the hell? What's going on? What just happened? Because for some reason, I'm using the in-game quest helper like a normal person and not watching hour-long YouTube breakdowns with spreadsheets and annotated diagrams. So yeah, I died. Embarrassingly so. But here's the kicker. When you die, you have to do the whole thing again. Refill the kegs, mix the stink, dig up more salt, like the game is saying, you don't get to fight the boss until you suffer first. No. So I suffered, and eventually I won. Dude, come on. Oh, I got him. Yeah. Yeah, boy. But only after the Duke made sure my patience died first. And at this point, I was feeling pretty good. You know, 3 bosses down, what could possibly go wrong? Famous last words. The Whisperer. Oh, is this the boss? Yeah, I've never seen this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, I haven't seen this. Yeah, okay, yeah, okay, bye-bye. The Whisperer. Yes, the Whisperer. A shrieking, multitasking nightmare banshee who decided that my soul looked like a fun toy to shred into 6 to 8 business deaths. This boss wasn't a fight. It was a coordination check from hell. Switch prayers. Swap dimensions, avoid spike tiles, eat food, keep praying, hit the boss, pray harder, die anyway. Oh. The final phase, pure chaos. Magic attacks, range attacks, tiles exploding everywhere. You know, everything's purple, my mouse is overheating, my hand is starting to look like a claw, and I'm one mistake away from screaming in the public park. I had a fire kit going into this, thinking, oh, I've killed Jad. But this boss makes me question everything I thought I knew about myself, about Gielinor, about the stability of the universe. I died so many times, my gravestone applied for permanent residency. And yet, I kept going because you don't come this far just to not finish, even if your sanity is a distant memory. I can't beat this boss. I can't beat it. I can't do this. And then I did it. Oh. Oh. I did it. 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 I knew I could do it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I did it. I did it. I did it. I don't even know how many attempts it took. I lost count somewhere between mild despair and total ego collapse. But eventually, somehow, the divine grace of Guthix, or maybe sheer spite, I beat the Whisperer, that banshee of nightmares, the shrieking purple hell beast, that serotonin-thieving, dimension-swapping, prayer-draining abomination. She's gone. Dead. Defeated from existence. I actually did it. And let me make this perfectly clear. I am never fighting her again. You couldn't pay me. You couldn't bribe me with bonds. I don't care if she drops a gilded scythe that plays sea shanties and taxes billionaires. I'm out. No other boss in Desert Treasure 2 even came close to the full-on clown fiesta that was that fight. After the Whisperer, every other boss was a walk in the grand exchange. Like, oh hey, another blood god with 5 phases? Cute. Where were you when I was getting screamed at by a spectral dental hygienist on meth? The Whisperer, way too loud, right into my soul, and now she's gone, and I'm still here, and that, my friends, is what victory looks like. But the quest wasn't quite over yet. After surviving the Whisperer, you'd think the universe would have the decency to let me coast, you know? Throw me a cupcake, particularly a trophy, a participation trophy, a message from Bob the Cat, but no, Desert Treasure 2 had one more trick up its sand-crusted sleeve. A final boss gauntlet, so spicy, so unnecessarily extra. It felt like the developers all got drunk and dared each other to make RuneScape players cry blood. The fight against the 4 awkward Majorat? It wasn't a fight, it was a crime scene. How the heck do you say these names? Actinokos, Ankara, Jesus. Zamorgel? Jeez, I have no idea how to say these names. They're all fictitious. And the one whose name looked like a keyboard smash. Oh, these freaks tag team me harder than a lumber's cowpen. Every phase, every transition, every "oh, you thought you could breathe" moment was crafted specifically to target my remaining brain cells. And the worst part, I knew the mechanics. I knew the strategies, and it didn't matter. This wasn't skill anymore. This was about surviving pure, unfiltered emotional damage. 8 hours straight. No breaks, no sanity, just me. A pile of empty water balloons. And a prayer book that was physically smoking with overuse. And finally, I stood victorious. Quest completed. Questcape obtained. And to anyone who doubted me, to anyone who thought I couldn't pull it off, suck it, nerds. This cape, it's not just fabric and pixels, it's woven from my broken dreams and shattered expectations. And it was absolutely 100% not worth it. See you at Desert Treasure 3, idiots. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Please consider subscribing, liking if you liked it. Thanks so much. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.